Hello everybody, hope you're all well, hope everything's going nicely for you. Please forgive my appearance. I'm off to the gym in about 15-20 minutes, so I thought I would rush this off really quickly. Almost barefaced, as it were. Scary. But I realised I hadn't done a post in forever, so I'm just going to do one now because a lot of the comments that I've realised I've got on my channel, and also one or two people have really nicely messaged me. Thank you for getting in touch. There seems to be an overarching question that is being asked, and it's understandable, this particular question. They want to know more about letting go. So letting go is essentially the last stage in the process for LOA. Those of you who are unsure, it's like that last part. So you've done the asking, and you sort of put it out there into the universe. So you've done your bit. The next part, though it sounds really easy, as some of us have, I'm sure, found, is quite difficult, because the whole thing is you have to let go that which you've put out into the universe that you want. It almost sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? And yeah, a couple of people have been saying, how do you do it? How do you let go? If you want something, how do you let it go? So my number one thing first to tell you is that it is the hardest for a reason. It's I guess it kind of shows you how much you want it and how much you deserve it. The main thing with it is it takes practice. I still have trouble with it. I still want things so badly, and then, you know, there's that little bit of me going, when's it gonna come? Why isn't it here yet? I want it. Where is it? So practice is the name of the game, I'm afraid. There've been a couple of things where I've wanted it, and I've always wanted it so much I've almost resented the time that I need to wait till I get it. And that's so sort of against what you should be doing. The thing that saves me, so I hope this helps you in some way, is that I continue to visualize. I make my visualizations bigger. I visualize for longer if I need to. If I'm feeling that wobble, I make sure it's really clear. I go through scenarios in my head. I also shut myself away for a little bit and, you know, really just let the fantasy, if you like, take over. I know some of us struggle with this because you feel like, well, I'm not that over creative, or I'm not that imaginative. That too takes practice. I think visualizing is something that gets better as you continue to do it, no matter what you feel your own talents are in terms of your particular talents in LOA. It just takes practice, honestly. You need to visualize it so much that it's true, because as you visualize and as you go through the processes and, you know, you see the things, you have those conversations, you have that money and you're spending it wisely, or you're saving it, putting it towards this. As you're walking around that house in your head and looking out at, you know, the view of the sea, or of the rolling hills and countryside, or of, you know, one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in your city, that the work is being done, believe it or not. Because within you, as you are visualizing, remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you are telling it is going on. It's a very susceptible organ, if you think about it. And as you're telling it, this is what's going on, the universe understands. Your emotions are then in the right place, and the space is made for that thing which you're wanting, that thing which you have previously maybe been missing in your life, to come into it, because now you have brought yourself up to the same level that you need to be on in order for that to come into your life. And that is my main, that's my main advice. That has been what has worked for me. The thing is that I've said this in a previous post as well, as opposed to thinking I'm going to change everything, you know, and my life's going to be amazing once things start happening. You can't live it like that. You have to change. You have to bring yourself up to that level before it's there. For example, if you were to say, I want a job in this particular area of industry, but if you have no experience or you have no knowledge about that area of industry, you're not going to get a job in that. If you were to suddenly be given a dog, you you have to make space in your life for the dog. You can't just sort of live in a little bedsit and not make any arrangements or allowances for the dog that you now have, or the dog that you want. You'd have to find a place to sleep. You'd have to find somewhere to put its bowl. You may be looking to getting a bigger place so the dog can run around a bit, whatever. But you make your changes. Think of other instances in your life where you make changes before you actually do the thing that you've been planning to do. We all prepare ourselves in so many ways. And when the changes in our life come through what we visualized and brought in to our lives through The Secret, then, that's just the same. Just because it's not physically doing something, just because it's using our mental prowess as opposed to something that we can, do with our hands or whatever, or, move that piece of furniture or what have you, or learn, go on that course and learn that module, that particular thing you need to learn. Look at it that way. That is something that is just as much work as it would be if it was a physical thing to do. So this is just a really quick post to give you some hope in terms of letting go. If you remember nothing else from this particular one, it would be to visualize and practice. Don't beat yourself up if it's taking a long time for things to come, because they are coming. It's simply that, it's the troublesome part, because you're teaching yourself something that you probably haven't ever realized before, that it's coming anyway. And if you come from a mindset like mine was for many years of, well, I haven't seen it happen before, so why would it happen now? It's very difficult to let those pathways go. Which is why you need to practice and practice and practice, make that repetition, and create those new pathways in your head. Again, don't beat yourself up if this takes you a while to get into the flow of. It takes everybody a while. Well, nearly everybody. And yeah, it's so strange how it works, the letting go part. When I properly started visualizing for the TV show that we're now in pre-production for, I was visualizing stuff. I had no idea some of the things that would happen. The casting director that we are getting on board to cast the show that we are doing, if you turned around to me and told me, you're going to have this guy who's going to cast your show, I literally would have laughed in your face. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being rude. But literally I'd have gone, no, we won't. Because that guy, I would have killed 5 years ago only to get through his doors and, get into his casting room. And now, he gonna work for me. Oh my God. The other people that were getting involved is insane. And, I've slowly visualized these things. And I had no idea how powerful that was. It's the letting go part. I think it is tied up in the visualization because you're telling yourself, this is the way it is. And you are therefore making space for that in your life. It's all about making space for these things. It's all about letting the possibilities be there. You either get that or something better. It might not even seem like better then, but trust me, in the end it will be. As long as you've put in the groundwork, you've put in the emotional work, so to speak, which is really important. The emotional work is everything. Even if you can't do the visualization, the emotional work will be what saves you every time. So, again, I apologize for how long I leave it between posts, and I have to go off, be busy, and try and make this show happen. Oh my goodness. Oh, moment of clarity. Can you believe, anybody who's just seeing me for the first time, go back and watch my first video. Just because you would not believe the transformation in my life since then. I'm literally starting a TV show. It's filming next year. How did this happen? Okay, I really have to go and get on with my life and get my backside to the gym for spin class. Joy. Have a great day. Have a great summer. Feel free to drop me comments. I'm sorry that I don't get back to everybody. I'm super busy. I will try in as much as possible, even if I just see your comment and go, okay, I need to do something about that. I need to do a little video about that. Take care. I love you guys, and I believe in you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care.